Anointed warriors. What's up, spiritual family? And welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Minister Mongoose. Today's message is a message of encouragement. And if you guys are familiar with the challenge, you know that at some point I give my testimony typically, and I always have something that's encouraging for you guys. But there are also times when I have some messages that call you guys to the carpet, just like I call myself to the carpet, just like you call your kids to the carpet. Your boss calls you to the carpet. We hold our spouses accountable and we call them to the carpet when they are either underperforming or missing something. They're just not being the absolute best that we know that they could be. So sometimes I call you guys to the carpet as well. Definitely leave some comments and call me to the carpet if it's something that you don't agree with, something that you feel I misspoke about, or I could have done a better job overall. Leave a comment. The email is also down in the description. Send me an email. Call me to the carpet. This is what we are here to do for one another. Iron sharpens iron, and that iron doesn't always present itself in a cozy, fuzzy, wuzzy, type of, presentation. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes we have to look ourselves in the mirror, grab ourselves by the bootstraps, and pull ourselves up. And oftentimes we rely on friends, associates, family members, and good old-fashioned fellowship to cause us to do just that, to call us, to tap us on the back and say, hey, man, look, that's not your best. So keep that in mind as we move past today's message, because there may be some of those times, some of those messages, I'm sure there are, some of those messages, waiting in the wings on some of my upcoming videos. But that's not the case today. Today, it's about encouraging you. It's about encouraging you and just inspiring you to realize that you are unstoppable. You really are. Your past is evidence of this. Your current circumstances are evidence of this. And the fact that you haven't given up on your hopes, your dreams, your passions in life, the fact that you have not surrendered your soul when the opportunity presents itself on a day-to-day basis for you to do just that, to quit on yourself, to give up on your hopes and dreams, to surrender your authenticity, to join the crowd, to dumb down and kiss up just to join the crowd in order to get more followers on YouTube, or get a raise at the job, or get that guy or that girl that you're interested in. You choose not to. You are unstoppable. Don't let your situation and your circumstances rob you of that. Don't let what's in your bank account deceive you out of that truth. There's nothing you cannot do. There's nothing you cannot be, nothing you cannot become, and nothing you cannot overcome. All through this thing that we most commonly refer to as God. We're all brothers and sisters, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, cousins of this thing in the spiritual realm. We're all family. And that means that just like he said, through him all things are possible. It says that we were given the power, the authority, and the assignment to perform even greater miracles than this person that we most commonly refer to as Christ did when he walked this planet. You're literally looking at someone who, again, I put my testimony out there first to honor this thing that we call God, to celebrate him, to give him the glory. Because I didn't make it through my past because I was tough, because I was brave, because I was smart, because I was lucky. None of that. All those things combined wouldn't amount to a half of a hill of beans. It's only because of him. So I put it out to honor him as he has instructed me to do. The secondary reason is to inspire and motivate you guys and to encourage you guys to look into your own situations, your own circumstances, past, present, and the things you're still fighting for, the things you're still hoping and praying and believing for in the future. I was born into piss poor poverty. That is not an exaggeration. If you'd like some information or some more detailed information about what that would look like or what that actually looked like, send me an email. Because that's putting it very mildly when I say piss poor poverty. We were surrounded by gangs, drugs, crime, and all manner of what we would call uncleanliness, both physically and spiritually. But I wasn't raised up in that. But I did go astray. I was totally sprung out on drugs. I've spent, let's put it like this, from the age of 11 up through the age of 34, I didn't spend more than 9 or 10 months, roughly a year, in free society. I was always out of incarceration for a couple of months, back in for a few or several years, from the age of 11 through 34. That consisted of 3 separate sentences in the Juvenile Department of Corrections, which from the age of 11 through 16, which was immediately followed by 4 separate sentences in the Adult Department of Corrections, ranging from the age of 17 to 34. I've been homeless. I was obese, over 70 pounds overweight. The gangs, been there, done that. Drug selling, drug abuse, been there, done that. The domestic violence and domestic abuse, been there, done that. It's been 25 years since he delivered me from all those things. Clinical depression. It's been 25 years. I thank him every single day. Since it's been 25 years and counting, continually. Since he cleansed me up and rehabilitated me from my center to my circumference. By his power and authority, I've gone on to become an all-natural professional bodybuilder, a certified fitness trainer, the founder of my own fitness training company, and the founder of this ministry, all in an effort to give back, to help people, to encourage people, to inspire people, to motivate people in any way that I can. And some of you guys have beautiful, very powerful testimonies. But it's easy to lose sight nowadays of the fact that you are unstoppable. It's easy to lose sight of that because we're so caught up in the now. We're so caught up in the worries and the anxieties of what may be ahead in the future. But the fact of the matter is that when you pause and when you look back at what you've already overcome through him, the daily struggles and challenges that you overcome each and every day, So when you look back, when you look at the present, and then when you gaze into the future, there may be fear, there may be trepidation, there may be uncertainty, but you ain't got no plans to give up. Whether it's on your education, whether it's weight loss, whether it's redeeming yourself on the job or in the community, whether it's your finances, your investments, that your kids are going to straighten up and do right, that you're going to get off the drugs or the alcohol, whatever your thing is, that you're just going to be an all-around better person. You haven't given up on that. You're fighting every day. And you're not planning, okay, well, if you haven't gotten it by next month or next year, then you're going to give up. No, that's not your plan. Your plan is to keep on going, just as you always have. You are unstoppable. The enemy knows this. The enemy sees that in your eyes. They sense that in your aura. Because the trials, the tribulations, the heartaches, the headaches, the failures, the setbacks, the poor choices, everything that you learned from those experiences is now yours to own, and now you carry it in the present moment and into the future. People can sense this. You don't have to say a word. People can sense that there's something about you that lets them know you're not the average bear. And this doesn't matter, and that's why this ministry is not about religion. This ministry is not about religiosity. Yes, I quote the good book, but I also quote scriptures and philosophies that predate the Bible, modern day science. This ministry is not about religion, which is to say, this doesn't matter what religion you're about. The religions are just different branches of the same tree. So whatever religion you're about, whatever your skin color, whatever your past experiences, whatever the mistakes are, whether there's something as glaring and atrocious as mine's, or whether it was something that was that someone else may say, oh, that's no big deal. It was a big deal for you, and that's all that matters. The enemy can sense that you're unstoppable. And again, some of you guys have beautiful testimonies. Don't keep that testimony to yourself. Put it out there. Every opportunity that you can find. And sometimes, according to his will, if you can't find a way to get it out there, then make a way to get it out there. Because others need to know that if they're still fighting, if they've overcome so much, they've traveled over so many different roads, and they're still fighting, then they're unstoppable. Doesn't matter what's in their bank account. None of this stuff matters, guys. Their political views. That doesn't determine whether or not you're unstoppable. He does. And the truth about your experiences, past, present, and what you're still hoping and praying for when it comes to the future. You haven't surrendered your soul. You haven't given up on humanity. Yes, we see that the path that mankind is currently on is not sustainable. Whether it's with the lockdowns, whether it's with the disease and famine, prices, gas prices, food prices going out of control, wars, political upheavals, the looming economic collapse, housing issues. Somewhere in your heart, somewhere in your spirit, you still believe that you and yours and all those that are like you and yours, not from a color standpoint or religious standpoint, but from a spiritual standpoint, you still believe that God's children, those who are like you, are going to be okay. So keep on keeping on in faith. Keep on hoping on in love and moving forward in courage and humbleness and wisdom. Nothing can stop you if you don't stop for nothing. The enemy's only hope is to get you to stop, or to get you to lose sight of the fact that you truly are unstoppable. You can't be stopped. And every day you show up to this arena of life and you walk in love and humbleness and courage and wisdom and tolerance and faith and forgiveness and compassion and all of these different things, it's a gouging of the eyes of the enemies. When you do that, when you show up and say, yeah, I'm going to be firm when I need to be firm, and I'm going to be gentle when I need to be gentle. I'm going to sidestep nonsense when it's appropriate, when he moves me to do so, and I'm going to confront nonsense when he moves me to do so. Every time you get up, you are the living, walking embodiment to the enemy that you are unstoppable. And it's not because the you that you see in the mirror, it's because of whose you are, he that dwelleth within you, the Holy Spirit. So keep on stepping forward, man. Keep on stepping forward. Don't let all that hurt and pain and loss and all of those things from the past, or that you may be going through now, don't let that be in vain. So you just went through all that only to get this far, and now you're going to quit on yourself. You're not going to make that investment. You're not going to take that new job. You're not going to exit that bad relationship. You're not going to do some of the things that you know is the next step for you. Then that's wasted pain. That's wasted agony. And that's what happened to the enemy. A lot of them, they were on the path that you were on. But it became too hard. It became too difficult. And what they did was they fought for a while and then they gave up. They quit. It was too confusing. It was too lonely. It was too difficult. They quit on themselves. They quit on Heavenly Father. And so ultimately they wasted years, decades, money, whatever. They wasted it because they didn't keep going. Keep going. That's just simple and plain. Keep going. You really are unstoppable. And don't let the enemy fool you. Well, how come your money isn't this way? How come you haven't lost that weight? How come the doctor report says this? How come your family members did that? How come you're still picking that bottle up, picking those drugs up, if you're so unstoppable? The good book says, to everything there is a season. So there's a time to struggle with that. There may even be a time for some of you guys have made a couple step back. After you've lost the weight, you put it back on. After the cancer was in remission, it popped back up. He gets to have the final say. And it's important that we realize this as I begin to wrap this up. It's important that we realize this. Unstoppable as it relates to his plans for our lives. It's not our plan for our lives. I'm going to presume it's safe for me to presume that you already know that. Our lives are not our own. So we don't just get to go out here willy-nilly and say, well, I want to be an actor, I want to be a millionaire, I want to, circle the globe, I want to be a football star, whatever it is. It all has to line up with his plan. You understand? We are co-creators. Pardon me. We are co-creators. This is why we say, let thy will be done. So don't let the enemy trick you into thinking because maybe you haven't achieved some of the things that you had set out to achieve. Maybe you're still struggling somewhere with that. Maybe you made some investments that just didn't work out, and your money can't be. You just lost money on that endeavor. Don't let the enemy trick you into believing, well, I thought you was unstoppable. You are unstoppable. But he does have a plan for our lives. And he said that no good thing will he deny us. That good thing are the things that he has planned for us. We're not going to live one day longer, and we're not going to die, what they call die. We're not going to do that one day early. He has a plan for us. So keep that in mind as you boom out into your future, your present, knowing that just because there may be some bumps in the road, that doesn't mean that you're not unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And as long as you keep fighting, which to say, as long as he hasn't downloaded into your spirit, because when we're fighting for something that is not a part of what he wants for us, at some point he'll reveal that to us in a very clear way. That, okay, that house, that relationship, whatever it is, it's not a part of his plan for you. He'll let us know. And then it's up to us to let it go. But as long as he has not downloaded that into your spirit, we're not talking about your intellect and your knowledge. If he hasn't downloaded that in an unmistakable way into your spirit, then that means it's still meant for you to keep going, keep pursuing it, and that it's all just a trying, a testing, a proving, and the refining of your faith. So keep going. I don't care what it is. I don't care how many times you've slipped and fallen. How many times you've lost money on those investments. How many times you paid your membership for a trainer and went to the gym, didn't lose the weight. Whatever the case may be. Keep going. You are unstoppable. And that's what I got for you guys today, man. I really do love you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm praying for you guys all the time. I pray for myself, my family, my friends, my own, finances, hopes, and dreams that he has given me. I pray for those things all the time, but I also pray for you guys every time. I'm so very thankful for every ounce of support that you guys give and put back into this ministry. You could be anywhere doing a whole bunch of different things. You chose to watch this message. That means a lot to me. Some of you guys I may never meet, I may never see before. You may not ever leave a comment or an email address, whatever the case may be. But if you in your heart are for real about this ministry, I love you. I really and truly do. And I'm always praying for you guys. I don't say a prayer for myself, for my family, my friends, no one, without me thanking him and sending out a holy prayer to bless, to sustain, to protect, to uplift, to prosper, and to heal you guys in all areas of your lives. And I mean that. So that's what I got for you guys. You truly are unstoppable, guys. Remember, this ministry is not based on religion. This ministry is based on a holistic approach to life, to health and wellness, and to completing the race that he has set before us. This holistic approach is a mind, body, and spirit approach that consists of experiential philosophy for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. All of these services and beliefs are all merged, balanced, and synthesized, and then presented to you in an effort to help you operate at a premium in your mind, your body, and in your spirit. I'm going to leave a link down in the description. This is a travel-based ministry, which is to say I evangelize. I travel throughout the entire United States. So if you're interested in services, if you have follow-up questions, whatever the case may be, check out the email link down in the description. Again, there's a few more days, about 2 more weeks left here in the month of December. I'm offering a free, zero strings attached consultation, whether it's in the field of philosophy, whether it's in the field of clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices, or in the field of physical fitness training, diet, nutrition, or all of those. There's zero strings attached. And that assessment Can take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. It's a limited time offer, guys. I typically require some type of donation, essentially, or that's what I'm moving forward into the next year. So take advantage of that offer. Go down into the email address. Reserve your time before the new year sets in. Also, guys, please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. I'll give you a little bit of information. Haven't updated it in quite some while, but I'm actually looking forward to getting it updated this upcoming year. God willing, here in just a few weeks. But anyway, go to the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. Get a little information when it comes to my experience and my expertise in the field of diet, nutrition, weightlifting, all that kinds of good stuff. That's mountfitnessmbs.com. Please give back to this ministry by subscribing to the channel if you aren't already subscribed, and by hitting the thumbs up and the like button. If you haven't done it already, please take that little second that it takes to do those things. That's the like button and the share button. When you share this message, you personally plant a seed for yourself because you have shared an empowering message. If it was empowering to you, the chances are it'll be empowering to someone else. So when you hit that share button, you plant a seed, and he's promised to give you a reward, a harvest on that seed. When you hit the thumbs up button, you help this ministry grow by way of the YouTube algorithm, which means you make this ministry able to help even more people. And he's promised to give you a return. When you help anybody, when you plant good seed in any ground, you will receive a harvest. Shaken down, pressed together, and running over. Do those things if you would, please. And hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification every time I upload a new message. And if the Holy Spirit moves you to make a financial donation to this ministry, remember that no amount is too small. It's a literal thing. No amount is too small. It does literally take pennies in order to add up to $1. So keep that in mind. And I'll leave the Cash App link down in the description as well. That's what I got for you guys. I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next message. And I encourage you guys to be smart, be sharp, be strong, and be safe. Be happy, be healthy, be humble, and always be courageous. And also always remember that ultimately there's only two different paths in life. One path leads to blissful ignorance. The other path leads to meaning, purpose, and fulfillment in your life. The selection between those paths for your life, the choice is in your hands. So please, choose wise. That's what I got for you guys. I love you all. Now go out there and remember and walk in it. We can't just know this. It's not that, knowledge is powerful. It's the application of knowledge that's really powerful. And apply it. Look back, reach out for fellowship, do all your prayer and your study and your research and all that stuff, and know that you can walk in the boldness of the certainty of his word, that you can do all things through him. You are unstoppable. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.